You have to look at how you are and not how your partner is. Why do you have to do this? Because if you don't look at yourself and you keep on looking at your partner's mistakes, failures, and where they need to change, you will be frustrated, you will get tired, you will be upsetting the other person, stressing the other person out with your demands and reminders of mistakes and flaws. And you won't be helping the situation at all. You won't be able to change the other. On the contrary, by nature, we are creatures of defense. When we feel attacked, what do? We defend ourselves. Either we run away or we defend ourselves. This is instinct. If you go out on the street and someone attacks you, either one or the other. You will run away, or if you see that you can face the other person, that's it. But there's no other option, and it's no different in the marriage. When you feel attacked, and there are many ways for you to feel attacked and to attack in the marriage, at times the attack is subtle. The attack is light, such as you are in your car with your wife or husband, and then you play a song that you like, and then the others say, I don't know how you enjoy this type of songs. That's it, you attacked. What did you attack? You attacked something that will not change in the other person. Will you be able to change their taste? For example, he likes country music, but will you manage to change his taste to a different beat? You won't, but you do that because you want to talk, but in the most, let me choose the best words here, for you to not feel attacked. The most ineffective way. It doesn't work. Sometimes you attack with your tastes, or with something that they've done you didn't like, or on their way. Maybe you are very organized, perfectionist, you like things very clean, and you got married with someone that is the opposite of you. And you criticize, or vice versa. You criticize the person, you are this, you are that, because I like my things like that. You attack the person, and then what happens? I'm talking about light attacks. I'm not even talking about heavy attacks. When you start to say you are this, you are that, because your mom is this, and then you lower the level. When you go down this path, you start to harden the other person. The person becomes hard. They raise a wall to defend themselves, and they shut themselves behind it. Now there's a wall between the both of you, and you cannot walk through it. Many of you complain and say, my husband doesn't open up to me, my wife does not talk to me. When we start to speak, there's an argument. Why? Because of this wall. Because of the history of attacks between the both of you. This doesn't work. What does it work then? What it works is when you look at yourself. Look to your inside. For example, what is to look at myself? How do I look at myself? I need to realize if I'm well, if whether I'm well or not. How are my thoughts? Am I upset? Are my thoughts all over the place? Am I anxious? Do I have angry thoughts? Or of vengeance to do a silly mistake? I'm not well. So how can I change the other? How can I have a good marriage if I'm not well with my own thoughts and feelings? What must I do? I must take care of myself and must think like this. Why am I like this? Why are my thoughts all over the place? Why do I have these bad feelings to do bad things? So I will look at myself. I'm not saying that my partner does not have problems. They have, but I cannot change their mistakes. But I will look at myself and start to think, my God, what can I do to take myself out of this anger, anxiety, negativity state? What must I do? So if I look at myself and I realize that I'm always looking for, let's say, escape. It's usual when you have a marital problem, as I said, the strategy, whether you go to the fight or you flight. So when there's no fight, you look for a escape, and usually it will be something that numbs you, that anesthetizes you, that isolates you to your own world from everything around you, that you don't need to deal with this. So what is this escape? It depends. It can be football with the friends, once, 2, 3 times a week, because at least you are having fun in there, your wife is not complaining. It can be the mobile phone. You dip yourself into your mobile phone and you live an online life. It can be pornography. Oh, so as she doesn't want me, so I'll find a way to have fun. So you join pornography. It can be your mom's house. You don't go along with each other in your house, so I go to my mom's house because your mother is always waiting for you with arms wide open, with chocolate cake, with food that you like. How nice is that? I don't know what it can be, but you can be in this refuge that as long as you are there, it's a moment of refuge, of calmness, so to speak, for you to forget about the problems. But what is that doing to your marriage? It's killing it. Little by little, you're ignoring your partner, so you're ignoring the problem. You don't solve the problem running away from it. So what you must do? Evaluate your behavior. I have been a fugitive. I have not been facing the problem with me. I have not been doing what I must, so I'll look at myself. This is the first step for the change of any marriage, for you to be well with yourself. When you are well with yourself, then you learn to deal with the other who is not well. But if you are not well and the other is also not well, then who will help who? Who will help who? Because we are separated. So come together with God. Are you separated? You're not being able to talk. One on one side of the bed, the other on the other side of the room, on the other side of the house. Are you separated? So more separated you are, more close you must be with God. Attach yourself with God, because God will give you the direction on how to deal with this distance, instead of you fighting that cold war of criticism or begging. Come back, let's give another chance. And it doesn't solve anything, more stress. You seek in God the change. This is what must happen. Focus on you. Don't look at the other. Give an example of change. Don't ask for change. Give the example. But he needs to change a lot. Yes, but what about you? Give an example of change. Mold yourself on how you think your partner should be behaving. Be the example. If you do that, at least 50% of your problems will be solved. With a powerful benefit. When you solve your side, your change becomes contagious. You want the other to change also, because the other feels left behind. If I don't improve, I will lose. If today's video helped you and you know someone that could benefit from it, share it with them, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you may do so now. See you later.